What's up, Facebook? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Instagram? What's up, Twitter? Wherever you're seeing this live at right now, what is good, peeps? What is really, really good right now, guys? I just want to say what's up to everybody. I want to bring some things on real quick while I got the chance to look at some charts, man. Talked to a good friend earlier today, was talking about investments and strategies and things like that. And I want to give him a shout out because he put me onto some marijuana stocks that I'm going to take a look at in a second here. But I just want to make sure that we are all good. You see what I'm saying? We are all good in these streets. We got to be good. So wait for a few people to jump on, and I am going to get into it about this money-making movement. That's what we do. That's what it's all about, y'all. It's all about getting to this money. It's all about multiplying your money. Like I said, I'm about to do this probably for about 30, 45 minutes. I enjoy doing it. I enjoy looking at charts because I enjoy looking at, different tips and ways that you can make money online or right from my cell phone, really, because, I trade from my phone. I got apps, that I can simply just copy and paste and profit with, in a trading industry. So, man, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. That's all I want to say. That is absolutely awesome. Oh, video. Boom. Trying to get that jig right. About to get it right. Let me see. Get this thing right now. Easy money. Just making sure everybody know what's going on. So I'm about to get that thing popping. Cool. So first of all, I actually want to talk about a few things. I'm going to go straight into really looking at, let me see what's up with this. I want to go straight into looking at a few different things, all right? And basically what I want to look at first, marijuana stocks. I want to look at marijuana stocks. I'm going to go first into them real quick. Let me bring up TradingView. One marijuana stock that I like is Canopy Growth Corporation. It is as you can see, a marijuana stock that I actually have been looking at for a while now. You can actually get it on Robinhood, like the app. You can actually get that on the Robinhood app. So let me know if you need that. You can get on. You can get a free stock share. I can get a free share if you use my link. But what I really want to look at, let me see what's going on. It's taking its time. It's not. Let's see here. There we go. Full featured chart. And TradingView is free. Of course, unless you want like additional indicators. I like a lot of indicators. I get text notifications. You got to pay for all that when you want to see certain indicators move or get notifications that, moving averages are touching or crossing or anything like that. Right. So just wait for this to load. I got a whole lot of things loaded on this computer. So it definitely does take its time a bit. But once that comes up, I want to first go over what we're going to talk about today. Just talk about a little vocabulary, and that's my whole thing, with Trader Trends. I want to make sure, one thing I can do is educate because that's what I feel is important. Guys, I definitely feel that is important. So first thing I do want to talk about is what is a currency pair, right? A currency pair basically is what we're looking at when we talk about trading the euro versus the US dollar, okay? So selling, so what that means, you have a base, you have a quote pair. Your base pair is going to be the first, your base is going to be the first currency. Your quote is going to be the second currency. As you can see, euro, EUR, USD. That means euro is the base, USD is the quote. That means we're selling the euro and buying the dollar. Okay, when we say I'm doing a sell EU, that means I'm selling euro and buying dollar. If I'm buying euro USD, that means I'm buying the euro and then of course selling the dollar. So the opposite. And this is how we make money, whether it's going up or down. Okay. And what is a pip? Okay. A pip is a price interest point. It's a very small unit of measure that we make our money in when the currency pairs change. This is usually 0.0001 for the US dollar related pairs. So for example, if you can see here where it has the Euro USD, exit this out. I'll play that right here. All right. So as you can see, 1.3500. So what that truly means is that to buy a euro in US dollars, it's $1.35. But it's broken down to even smaller decimal points at this point. And this is where we look at the quote will be the fourth decimal. So to go from 1.3500 to 1.3501 equals 1 pip rise. Okay, now let's look at the USD JPY pair. So the difference here is that instead of the fourth decimal place on a USD pair, on any JPY pair, it's the second decimal to the right. Okay, so 98.90 moves to 98.91 equals 1 pip rise. Okay, and this is where truly the money is made, going into what I'm about to talk next about lot sizes. Okay, and basically your lot size is how much you're risking per pip. Okay, as we just saw, 1 pip rise, right? Okay, that could be a 10 cents profit, that can be $1 profit, that can be a $10 profit, and that also can be a $100 profit. You see what I'm saying? It has that ability to do those things, okay, based on how much you're risking per pip. So if we look at one, I like to look at a micro lot, right? That's usually where a lot of brokers start off with, is a micro lot, which is 10 cents per pip. And the unit of measure, the volume will show 0.01, right? So when you see a trade that I'm doing at 0.01, that means I am gaining 10 cents per pip, right? Or I'm risking 10 cents per pip. That'll be the perfect name for it. If you see 0.1, that means I'm risking $1 per pip, okay? And if you see a standard lot, which will be 1.0, that means I'm risking $10 per pip. So again, that same 1 pip move, in certain cases, that makes people $10, right? And this is where the power of the pips and lot sizes come to play when trading. Because yes, we're looking at charts, we're looking at the market, but guess what? Hey, each per pip can be life-changing, right? You know, once you get your skill set up and your proper risk management. And the reason why I say it can be life-changing is because I know plenty of people who've, you know, put a lot of money into this, right? And I always suggest only use risk capital. And what risk capital means is money that you can afford to lose that would not change your financial status. Like you should not be, trading your rent money. You need that back in 2 days. You should not be changing money to the point where, hey, you could technically go bankrupt if you lose this money. No, this should be money, that is basically throwaway money, risk capital. That's why it's called that, because, investing, trading, anything we do has risk, right? And we want to make sure you know and are aware of the risk, because we don't want to put you in a bad position. Proper risk management is always key. So yes, that's why a lot of people do trade only 10 cents per pip. Why? Because a lot of people don't have $1,000+ to start trading with, right? Whereas you do have certain people that have $100 and can actually start trading with micro lots, which is 10 cents per pip. And guess what? Can make nice, substantial amount of money with that. For example, with the right now, the challenge that I'm doing at 300 to 3K, I'm utilizing a lot of micro lots, 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents, 50 cents, right? Because that 0.01 can also be 0.02, 0.03, 0.04, right? And everything, so I'm taking right now, what I'm showing people to do is take pennies and make them dollars, right? And then my next evolution is going to be take dollars and make them hundreds, right? Next evolution after that is to take hundreds and make them thousands. But it's all about growth. You got to have a plan and you got to know where to start. And like I tell a lot of people, as Les Brown said, want shows up in conversation, but expectations show up in behavior. Basically what that means, you judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not by what the fruit it talks about, right? A lot of people these days talk, and never put any action behind it, so there are less doers in the world, right? And that's crazy to me. And that's basically why a lot of times when I look at, a lot of different things, and I think about the people I hang around, the people that influence me, the people that motivate me, they're doers, right? And that's why I told myself I'm always going to do, okay? I'm going to make sure I do something, right? It may not always be perfect. It may not always be right, but guess what? I am going to do something, and you can believe that is going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to do something, okay? And here I am talking, as you guys can see. Probably gonna move out the way now that I have this chart up. Okay, so basically we was looking at Canopy Growth Corporation. Like I said, looking at marijuana stocks, and I'm liking the trend. As you guys can see, this red line is the EMA. I got it at the 200. But really what I like to look at is the 50 EMA, which is this black line, which really, kind of gives you everything, right? And then the 9 is the green, okay? So basically, that the 50 EMA is usually, kind of the biggest, the average, right? All of these are averages based on certain intervals, but I utilize them all because what happens is once you see the other 3 indicators cross the red 200, usually you can go with momentum, as you can see. Once you saw them cross down, right? They did come down. Once you see them both cross on the way up, you see the uptrend, okay? But what I do want to mark up real quick, because anytime you're looking at marijuana stocks, you're also looking at things to really be long term, right? So you're not trading at this point, so sometimes I'm a trader, so I kind of look at quick moves to get in and out of the market, but definitely bear with me, so we can make sure that we're seeing some things, because this could be a level, but I want to see a diagonal line. I want to see what that looks like from here to here. Here to here. Like that. I like that. Do I want to change that color though? I want to make that black. I like that purple. Okay, so basically, what I'm looking at is I'm gonna be looking for a few different zones, or technically what I like to call trend lines. Okay, which could be multiple levels. It could be levels of support, resistance, whole lot of different things. I'm gonna move that here real quick. I should have just used the horizontal line. I messed that up, but it's all good. So as I look back on history, right, because we know the marijuana industry is rather new, right? Really coming legalizing and things like that. So as you guys can see, really, humble beginnings. And this is a lot of times when a lot of people make the most money in IPOs or ICOs, initial coin offerings. Basically, when these companies, before they go public, they allow certain discounts to help fund their work, and you can actually get shares at low cost, because once they start going, they start booming, guys, as you guys can see. But on all full effect, we see that, of course, this Canopy Growth Corporation and the marijuana industry is on a uptrend, guys. The market right now is very, very, bullish, for the marijuana industry. As you guys can see, now we've created a level, I believe, here of support. Okay. where this kind of this black line is, this level of support, and this possibly right now could be a level of resistance. And I still kind of want to see what's going to happen here, because we do see it breaks through. We kind of see a double top here and back to the downside, which this means this could be a level of resistance, and it could be transitioning here. But what I'm really looking for, this thing to do, I'm actually looking for a breakthrough of the 55.98, possible breakthrough, a possible retest, right? And once that second retest hit, that's basically when I'm actually going to, I would start a trade. But in this sense, if I'm looking at something long term and I believe in exactly what it's going to do, and I do at any point here see, yes, it's going to go up there, I am going to see some possible retracements. So I am going to wait, because we could see something back down to the downside, because this could, if this is what we're doing, we could possibly see something like this. And for an investor, it's always about, entry point. Entry point is everything when investing and trading. So what we could see this. I could see this come here. We could see then this do one of these, right? Then we also could, but then at that point, we will see this, right? Because, right, basically we start to see patterns, okay? We start to see patterns, okay? And that's basically what I'm saying. Or it could do this. Could retrace about here. Let me see. And then do that, right? So it's all about basically seeing what the market, is giving us, because we do see this has been a certain level of, respect as well. It definitely respects this point here. Boom. Oh, it may retest and simply just hit the upside, or it could do a continuation breakthrough and hit our trend line here as we looked and bounced up. So it's just going to be about, looking, certain confirmations. I use additional confirmations when things like that happen, just to actually see what's going on. Let me see if I can move this over. Some people on Facebook might be asking some questions. Anybody on Facebook got questions? Kind of neglected, y'all. I just been kind of talking, being in my zone, but see a lot of folks up here. See about 10, 12 people up here right now. Okay. And that's some marijuana stocks. Okay. Another one he told me look at Aurora. This is another one I was looking at. Don't know how to spell it, y'all, so don't judge me. Aurora Cannabis, there it is, New York Stock Exchange, guys. And these things are real simple, to actually get. I mean, I actually have the link for you guys. I'm actually going to drop in here real quick. Let me find it for everybody. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna put it in the chat for everybody so everybody can have that thing. Just want to make sure everybody got that. Everybody needs this. I mean, because it's so simple, really, to, like I said, go on Robinhood. I mean, get this info. It's so sweet. I want to make sure everybody has it. Very easy to get up in that thing. Very, very easy. So I just put it, if you are in the watch part, I put it in there. If not, I'm going to put it in the other chat in a second. But let's look at some Aurora Cannabis. Boom. Right. And I haven't been doing, well, I actually have some trades in my Forex account. Looking at that. Man, last week was real slow, especially being NFP week. But so far, so good, man. Like I said, already did $30 in like 2 days. Again, the average still seems to be $15 per day based on the trades that we're doing, especially if I'm looking at, technically my cutoff time being 9 p.m. because I'm usually winding down around this time, now after work or anything like that. But we started this week at 3:30. on Monday. And started trading on Monday because last week we took 300 to like 330 and some change. Crazy news came out, so I stopped, messing with it. Then started back up Monday and up 30 more bucks at 360 right now, which is awesome. About a 20%. That's what 20%, profits. And technically 3 to 4 trading days, really 3-4 days, 20% profits. That's awesome. I can't wait for the close of this week. No upcoming crazy news or anything going on. So should be a smooth week. But back to our cannabis real quick. So looking at the Aurora stock right here, you guys can see I kind of already charted this up a bit. Kind of predicted, basically what was going to happen here in that breakthrough. Now we see, back to the upside. So let me check something back to the upside. So what could possibly happen here that I foresee? This level. Okay. So basically now where we're at, a few things could happen, right? My guess of course, I wouldn't say as good as yours, but I mean, everything we do in trading or investing, we put a lot of information and variables together to make a awesome hypothesis, right? And based on our hypothesis, we want to capitalize on our profits, right? So kind of looking at what could possibly going on right now, there could be a few scenarios here. We could see something. Well, this now, boom. Which could kind of go to about right here, I would say. And the reason why I say that, I'm going to show you that new trend line I'm looking at. From right here to about right there. Like I said, this is a little zone. So this could technically do one of these. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. And then capture, of course, something to the backside. This is again why entry point is so important. To a lot of times, if you're looking, you see an uptrend, you always want to buy low, sell high. Buy low, sell high. All my drug dealers know that. I mean, if you're dealing online, buy low, sell high. Get the package low, sell it higher, of course, to do what? To profit, right? Because if you sell everything for what you got it, you break even, which you usually lose money because now you spent time and effort, right? So if you know how to sell dope or whatever you think you know how to do, you can also sell stocks, guys. Stuff is not hard. It's just new, right? Just like math in school was challenging, right? But this is just new, okay? So that's really what I'm going to leave y'all with. If anybody had any questions, I don't see any questions in the chat. Man, this man is making moves. All right, yo, if you want to get, started, you want to learn how to trade, you might be busy and say, hey, I want to get involved, but I'm going to be very busy and I definitely want to see profits, very soon. No worries, man. Like I said, I got this, what we got? We got this app, right, that you can download with us and you can copy all of my trades. Like when I enter the market, where my stop loss or risk management would be. So in case the market goes the wrong way, you take a small loss rather than blowing your account. But of course you get your take profits. So when to exit the market to take profits, right? So if we're doing a 20-50, or 2 to 5 risk, I'm risking 20 pips to gain 50. So if you're doing 10 cents, you're risking $2 to gain $5, right, per trade, and because if it goes the wrong way, 20 moves, then something is going on with direction, right? It's going outside of the trend. For example, as you guys see this, if I enter the market here, right? If I enter the market, where that first black line is, because my stop loss will be somewhere under here. And it'll be here because you guys can see it hasn't, the second biggest high was higher, right? So I expect the next one to be here. So if I enter here and then it continues to go this way, I exit because, okay, it's broken way out of trend. I don't know it's crazy right now. I don't want to lose any more money because then it could continue to tank, right? But if it goes here, right, boom, my stop loss, if it goes here, boom, $2. But if it goes here, $5. And then what I can do is trail it. So I put my stop loss from here, I can move that to break even. So if it does come back, which I believe it could possibly do, it still shouldn't go as low here and continue to trend. I can ride it all the way until, I get to a point where I'm satisfied with my profits. But, that's a little bit more advanced. I call that, risk-free trading, when you can move your stop loss in a profit, which means if the account, falls back down, you're going to take that minimum profit that you set that stop loss at. In a lot of cases, I tell people oatmeal is better than no meal, right? I'd rather get $5 than no dollars, right? I would rather get $1 than no dollar, okay? And that's what it's all about, being profitable in this market and gaining ground, guys. It's really, really what it's all about. So I appreciate everybody jumping on real quick with Trade the Trends, because y'all know we don't trade to lose, baby. That's because we trade these trends out here. And this trend is your friend. This trend is your friend, guys. Always stay on top of the trend, okay? The trend is your friend. Let me see. Oh, my joint won't even share it, though. That's crazy. It's crazy for real.